Yeah, blessings to you. If you have time and is a spiritual Baptist, listen to part of my story. When I was called to be a spiritual Baptist out of the Roman Catholic Church, where I know when I leave home, I know exactly what time service starting and what time it finishing. And inside of that, God chose to call me out of that, to be into this thing we call Baptisting. And the thing about Baptisting is, it has so much to do with dream, boy. You're always dreaming something, and then something you dream, you see it happen. I know plenty of you know what I'm talking about. You always get a vibration, you always have a thought, something. That's what the Bible mean when it said the wind blow it. You hear the song, but you don't know when it's coming. You don't really know what coming your way, and you don't know what really air coming your way, all right? And then, I started to get this thing that make me know that it's important to be born again, according to Nicodemus, John 3, you must be born again. And I took that up because that came with a challenge, baptize or die. But, we always looking at the challenge of physical. Anytime you get a dream that telling you go die, the first thing you have to study is physical. Like you don't study that God may be telling you, watch my way, you die to the world. And the time came and I took up baptism, and I thought I was going to physically die. And when I realized I didn't die, I went back to the world. And that was happened to a lot of people. When the challenges that come away, when we see it don't manifest as something, I was still lucky. Some people get in accident and dead. Some people just quit the stage of action. But you see, purpose really important with God. And why purpose really important? Because there's something that God wants you to do that nobody else could do. I said to someone yesterday, real ministers, male and female, does have ambition and they have visions of what they want or wanted. And they say God would have given them that vision. Yet they didn't share it with nobody, and COVID passed and take a whole lot of them and they gone. How many members in church could say that this is the vision that our pastor had? How many people are encouraged to fulfill a mission that the pastor had before he died, or the mother had before she died, which is the servant of God? You see, and this is where the thing does get kind of tricky. Because they know on their own, the leadership now on their own mission. We know it have churches where some people only talk about what mother used to do and what pastor used to do. But was that the vision from God? And how come God cut you off before you really could have get this vision that he was supposed to have given you on stream? And that is why, I just want to encourage you to really follow your heart with God. You see, God allowed the privilege for each and everyone to have that personal relationship with him. And this is not about what, you see, because everybody always know, You ever talking to somebody and, or you do a video and then you meet somebody and all they do is condemning stuff in your video, and they wouldn't put out a video. They would start to tell you how, I hear you say this, but and what about this and what about that? And it's like a whole set of correction. Now that happened with me, I know I have seen examples where things like that, at least not to that extent, where people all some people want to do is correct because they understand the theology of the thing. You see, but when you start to talk spirit talk, it's a different conversation, because knowing the ways and the spirit laws is not something that everybody know, It have people in high seats, I'm talking about real high seats, and it have simple thing when you tell them about spiritual thing, they don't understand. Whether you got that knowledge from your spiritual mother or your father or whatever it is, or elder in the church, a lot of people sitting in high offices and there are simple spiritual things that they don't know. Hallelujah. Long time I used to hear they say that if a church don't have a mother, it wouldn't grow because the mother is who does sucker the children, because the mother have the milk. I have lived to see that that is not entirely true, because I've lived to see that God gave men maternal instincts on the ground, which is to give birth, and if you take that carnally, loss, and to nurture. Hallelujah. And that don't mean no female manifestation, We're talking about the ability to be pastors and evangelists and teachers, just like it says in the Bible. And we get so caught up in how these functions are. Some people will forever have problem with women sitting in seats of authority in church. Hallelujah. You sit in your seat of authority and let them sit in their seat of authority. Because watch me, whatsoever, sometime what a woman will do to develop a church, you the man who claiming you have so much authority, you mashing up the church. You see, and some people don't like how others talk, but you see, the truth is the truth. I'm talking from things that I see. That don't mean women don't mash up church too. You see, and that is why I am interested in you doing what God wants you to do. I just tell people, don't leave no church. You don't walk out of church. But if a church ain't giving you no nourishment, if a church ain't feeding you, you went and sit down and starve yourself, and then you become malnourished, and then you become malfunctional, and then you sit and you just get old in the church, dry up. You just, like a mango that fall under the tree, it just, all the pulp in it had to just dry up. And then after a while, the seed come down, you put the seed in here, the fruit had to die. So you had to know. That why all them spiritual clothes that you're getting, the big thing in the spiritual Baptist faith, that why all them spiritual clothes that you're getting, you had to try and understand how important it is. Not what it is, but how important it is. Because quite frankly, if you make spiritual clothes and you don't function in the spiritual clothes, what sense it make you make it? If you're not willing to come in the church and function with understanding, and I do expect you to have all the understanding one time, because you really can't fathom the depth of understanding of spiritual clothes, because the mystery of God is beyond our comprehension. But if you don't understand that, then what is the story? And if you don't understand that once the clothes is given to you, you don't have to only wear that clothes for God to really be able to use you. Yeah, that's a different thing. You see, and for those that love the drums, you love the drum because the drum is energy. Sometimes when we put out a video with a little rhythm, as if you're saying, I love them drum and I love them drum. But you need to understand the drum. That drum is more powerful than you could ever nearly think. Hallelujah. Because drums does interfere with energy. The drums does interfere with energy. Why? Because when it interferes with energy, the energy does want to manifest. Right? Because the drums does interfere with the energy and give a vibration. Because all energy give a... So cool have a vibration. Hot have a vibration. The wind have a vibration. Hallelujah. Everything have a vibration. And you had to understand if that vibration is something that you want to entertain. You don't even know what kind of portal you are. Because you could be a portal for dead people. That when your energy get kicked off, because you don't even know your power or your weakness. When your energy kick off, dead people get drawn to you. Dead people that roam in the atmosphere, they get drawn to you. Not only dead people, roaming spirits. Spirits that just roaming the earth, they get drawn to you because they realize here what's going on. You're easy to interfere with. So, my word to you is, try and find out who you are. I have done that in this spiritual walk because I want to know who God is and how God does work with me. Because why I realize that people will make you anything they want to make you if you don't make yourself a servant of God. And I have no problem with people not liking me or not receiving me once God could receive me. I have no problem with authority. I give respect to authority. And you ought to give respect to authority. No matter what it is, you ought to give respect to authority. So you see in the spiritual walk that you take up, find yourself. It is not going to be an easy journey, but find yourself. And more you find yourself, is more solid you will become. Trust me. Yeah. Trust me on that. Blessings.